Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in, y'all. Get on in here, get on in here, get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. Oh, Lord, y'all. Happy Saturday. Today is Selfcare Saturday. Hello. Okay. My tranquil ones, my beautiful ones, my fierce fireflies. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hello, Zaria. Thank you. You always the first one in the building. Shalom, Savannah. Thank you for coming through. Um, so yes, y'all, it is Self-Care Saturday, and we are here to talk about self-care. Of course, you know, with Self-Care Saturday, we talking about self-care tips, self-care ideas, positive affirmations, you know, mental health awareness, stopping the stigma on mental health, bringing awareness to mental health, breaking the silence around mental health. Sometimes we talking about, you know, physical health and how that affects us mentally, and vice versa, mental health and how that can affect us physically, you know. And last week we basically did a self-care that was around specifically, you know, difficulties with self-care. So we're just kind of having a part two to that, where we're going into more of dealing with the bad days and having plans for bad days, you know, having a self-care plan for bad days, right? And so some of the things that I want to touch on is like 7 ways to provide self-care, okay, after a bad day. I want to talk about tips for self-care on bad days, positive affirmations for when you have a bad day, and having your bad day self-care plan. So that is, you know, what we are going to try to get into today. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me clearly, see me clearly, because it seems like when I did the one last week, child, it was some problems going on. Hey, pretty girl, thanks for coming through. Hope you are having a happy Saturday today. Um, Hi Patrice, thank you for coming through. I don't know if y'all can hear me without any problem, because child, today has been a day. If you see how my video started, you know I'm off today, but it's all right. I'm gonna still keep moving through it. Okay, yes, that's the right thing to do. Get that massage going. Definitely, shoot, I could use one right about now myself. I ain't even gonna lie. So that's always the best, child. So yeah, that's basically what you know, I want to talk about today. And of course, the first thing that we always do, you know, thank you guys for joining me. You know, if y'all have been here before, then welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome, welcome to you. And the first thing that we always gotta freaking do, no matter what, is remember to breathe, okay? You gotta go ahead and take a deep breath in and hold it for a minute, all right? And then let it out, child. If you could do it a couple times, if you could do it you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you could do it, or if it can only be 1 minute, take that time out to breathe and relax, relate, release, because we definitely be needing it. Yes, the massages will put you to sleep, honey. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. Shoot, long as you getting your rest and, you know, being able to just relax for a minute, because there's so much stuff that be going on. Oh, thank you, Savannah. I'm glad that it's working out for you, and, you know, continue to keep on practicing. That's all we could do. Hey, to me, I mean, child. You see how I'm out of it today. I'm about to say, hey, Tamika. Hey, Kendall. Thank you for coming. It's okay. I kind of had a little mix up with my Star Child. I was playing my stuff with my what you should be watching, and I'm forgetting that I'm doing self-care. When I tell y'all I'm feeling out of it today, I really, really am. I was so tired last night. It didn't make no sense. And I went to bed early, which is something I don't normally do, and then woke up and then started getting all my stuff together. Whereas normally I would have got all my stuff together last night. I just feel really out of it. My leg been bothering me for the past week, but hey, I'm still here. Y'all still here. We still here. Go us, right? Some did not make it through the week, so we gonna go ahead and get through this. Yeah, I was having a little bit of a hard time today, but it's okay. So of course we here, self-care. And this is the place. You are in the right place. Tamika's Den. This is my happy space, all right, where we leaving everything else behind, leaving everything else at the door. Good vibes only. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. We are officially closed for self-care. Okay, and I've been trying to get some self-care in all this week periodically. It ain't really just been about, one day, which it don't have to be. I choose to, of course, share these self-care Saturdays, but self-care is whatever day you want to make it or whatever days you need. So I definitely was spreading it out between the days when I could, just trying to do little different things for myself because it's been a lot. Okay. So hey, Ron, thank you for joining us. Many blessings to you too. Prayers up and nothing but live. Okay. So, first of all, we're doing a mental health check in, right? So, you can put an emoji in the chat if you want to. Is a red heart if I'm feeling awesome, an orange heart if you're feeling pretty good, a yellow heart if you just okay, but you could be better, a green heart if you starting to struggle, a blue heart if it's really, really hard, and a purple heart if you need to reach out for support. And baby, I think I'm between like green and blue today. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm between green and blue, okay? And I'm starting to struggle and I'm having a really hard time because there's been like so much going on. Life been lifing, okay? And sometimes that's just the way it is, and that's okay. So, hey, Miss Kira, thanks for coming through. Oh wow, you just leaving the movie theater? Hey, listen. I'm liking what I'm seeing. People getting massages, people leaving the movie theater. If you whatever way you can relax yourself, that's the way to go. Okay. Like to see that shoot. I don't get to the theater too often. Yeah, I feel you, Matthew Wilson. I'm actually having back issues, leg issues. I had got an injury a long time ago. So unfortunately, when you get them type of injuries, usually you have your days where it's back spasms, sciatica, all different kind of stuff going on. Okay, nerve damage. And you just be in pain. Sometimes you could be in pain from the weather. You could be in pain from the different things that you have just had to go and do and take care of physically, and it could be a strain on you. Sometimes we can't do things the way that we used to be able to do them. And this was one of those weeks since I've been running crazy the last 3 weeks. It really started taking a toll on my back and my leg, unfortunately. But because I've had it for so many years, I'm kind of used to it, but that don't mean that I don't still get aggravated with it. And sometimes I'm just like, okay, enough. But Ron got up a green heart. Okay. Green. Kendall got up red. That's good. Listen. Ain't nothing wrong with no rest. Pretty girl got up a red. All right. That's good. I'm glad everybody is hanging in there the best they can. That's all we could do. What did you see, Miss Kira, at the movies? If you don't mind me asking, being nosy all in your business. So of course, you guys, when we are talking about self-care is just, showing up for yourself, right? And it's, like you do for others. We show up for so many other people at times, and then we forget about ourselves and put ourselves last on the list. So it's definitely showing up for yourself the way that you show up for others, loving yourself the way that you love on others. Self-care is honoring the boundaries you set for yourself. I think that's a very important one, okay? Honoring the boundaries you set for yourself. Self-care is releasing the habit of overextending, okay, ourselves in ways that are unhealthy or draining. I think we got to repeat that one. Self-care is releasing the habit of overextending yourself in ways that are unhealthy or draining. A lot of us got a habit of doing that too. Okay, Zari. Hi, Zari. Thanks for coming through. Oh, you saw Haunted Mansion. How was it? Did you like it? I heard people say good things about it, though. I was kind of like, why do we have another Haunted Mansion? But, that's what be going on these days, so I can't say I'm surprised. So we're gonna start it out with a self-care plan, right? And I know unexpected things happen. Things happen every day that we have absolutely no control over. So a lot of times I say, whatever you can't control, let it go. We don't want to focus on those things because there's nothing we can do about it. And the things that we can plan for and the things that we can control, that's the only thing that we should put, our attention to. And so self-care should be as integral to you as eating, sleeping, and bathing, the everything things, everyday things that you do. I think, like I said, we put the self-care at, the bottom, but it's just as important and it should be just as much as a regular routine to you. Once you make it a regular routine, then of course you will just do it without even having to think about it. And so you kind of want to build up a strength and get used to this so that when it is those bad days that you have to cope with different stuff, you can actually cope with it a little bit better. You should be able to develop a plan ahead of time to help you get through the day, right? And so one of the first things that you can do is write a compassion letter to yourself and remind yourself in this letter that everyone has bad days, right? It's not just you, you're not by yourself, and that this bad day is not going to last. Like a bad day is just a bad day. It's not going to be your whole life. And so this too shall pass, basically, right? And you make a list of positive characteristics about yourself and just encourage yourself in the letter, and then put this letter away. And when it's that bad day, pull the letter out and read it to yourself just to give yourself that reminder. That's supposed to be the whole point of that. She said I liked it, but I had to talk myself through it. Thank you, HEA. Thanks for coming through. So yeah, try writing to yourself, a compassion letter if you can, guys. So the second one is to have a strong network, right? Have somebody that you can call on when you're having these bad days. And hopefully this is someone that is willing, to have you call on them when you need to, and make sure that they know exactly what you need from them. Be clear about how they can be helpful, right? Whether it's be listening, whether it's taking yourselves out to eat, taking yourselves out to the movie, having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and being able to have a conversation. And it should always at least be one person that you could depend on in that way, right? I know sometimes we ain't got a whole lot of people that we could do that with, but I always say I'd rather have one real person that I know I could count on than 100 fake people. So, hopefully you do have that one person. Also, just in case, guys, it is times that, people have DM'd me, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. And we've been able to talk there too when they feel in a certain way, since they know that I do the self-care. I remember one time I had took a little break from doing it, and a couple people had ended up DMing me like, I hope you ain't stopped doing that, because it really was a help, and I really could have used your video today, and we was actually able to have some conversations. So one, it made me feel good because I know that typically, this is not one of the things that I do that may get a whole bunch of views, but I just do it because it's important to me. And I always say I rather, reach one person and know that it made a difference to one person. I'm okay with that. I just do it because it's important to me. And two, just to let them know that I am here and I can be an ear to you. Sometimes I may not be able to get to you right away, depending on the situation. And of course, if you feel like it's something that is an emergency, make sure that you contact the person that you need to contact in that case. But other than that, we family, y'all. Okay, I'm here for you and we in this together. So number 3, a good night's sleep. We definitely need to get a good night's sleep, and that's a problem for me because I suffer with bad insomnia. So most times I don't get a good night's sleep. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, but sleep is definitely essential in stressful times. But of course, when it's stressful times, it's also even harder for you to get sleep. And that's the that's the crazy part with it, right? And so you got to kind of just make sure you have all the elements of good sleep routine that can help you rest. So whatever helps you rest basically is what we need to plan for. So for me, for examples, is usually a bubble bath, an Epsom salt bath. I've told y'all about how I like my rain sounds. I'll put on my diffuser humidifier. I like my candle. I'll just make my surroundings as relaxing as it can possibly be. And maybe some music, whatever it is that yourself, what you like, what makes you feel comfortable. That's the things that you will make sure that you have around during that time to try to help you get some rest, right? My doctor also gives me something for sleep, but I don't necessarily always like to take that. I try to have other alternatives to that, but you need what you need to get your rest sometimes, right? So yes, it's a struggle, pretty girl. It really is. Like, and I've always been bad with my sleep, so I think that's why I've always kind of worked overnight shifts when I was working and stuff, because I would be up all night cleaning, cooking, things that people do in the day. I typically do at night. My stuff is reversed, and then in the day I would end up sleeping. It'd be real bad sometimes. Mm. Thank you, pretty girl. I'm trying. I'm trying. So but it usually catches up to you regardless. Like if you overwork yourself in your body, you're gonna find a day where you be like, "Dag, I don't know what happened. I was knocked out all day. I didn't mean to sleep that long." But it's like your body is letting you know, okay, enough. It's time for you to lay your behind down. You can't do nothing else. And so yeah, you'll go to sleep either one way or another. I've had times like that too. Okay, Kendall says she's progressing in the sleep department, baby steps. Yeah, absolutely. So then number 4 is like a mindfulness activity. Basically meaning like meditation, anything that's gonna, breathing exercises, yoga, all of that, just to kind of, get your mind relaxed. And then a relaxation activity, right? Whether it's muscle relaxation, whether it's a massage, like Pretty Girl just finished getting, okay, that I wish I could get, whether it's a hot bath, if you could get in a hot tub, okay, any of those type of things, right? And number 6 is a plan to reduce your to-do list. So let's just say, whatever you were supposed to do today, if your stress level is really, really high, then just don't do it. And I know sometimes that's hard for us, right? We'll be like, no, I got to get this done. I got to get that done. I got to get the other done. Let's just say you were supposed to cook dinner tonight. Instead of cooking dinner, order out. Or if you have some leftovers in there, you can eat on that, then eat on that and don't cook. Just be like, I'm off today. That's it. I can't do anything. Sometimes that's the task for people, but sometimes that's what we really need to do. Okay. So then we got a worry journal. It's good to have a worry journal. Keep it by your bed and just write whatever's stressing you out in the journal, right? And if you feel like you're anxious or you're having one of those nights that you can't sleep, write all the things that was bothering you and stressing you out and making you anxious and making you worry down in the journal. Okay. It may sound crazy, but it helps y'all. Okay. I'm speaking from experience. Oh, thank you, Ron. I'm glad to be a help any way that I can. We all here to help each other. It's too much craziness that we got to deal with on a daily basis. So it's a lot sometimes. Yeah, I understand, Kendall, because I used to work a lot. Like I would have 3 jobs, go to school. I don't know how the heck I was doing it because I could not do that right now. And so I worked all different kind of hours, or sometimes I would do doubles and all that other different type of stuff. Child, listen, it was a mess. So doing all of that and then doing just what you got to do in your everyday life, it, it can be overwhelming. You don't know whether you're coming or going day from night. so so we also have make a plan for tomorrow. I know that sounds crazy too, because it's like, how am I plan for tomorrow? Tomorrow ain't here yet, and things can happen, and your plans end up having to change, and that's true. But at the same time, you just kind of want to um plan tomorrow to address whatever happened today that may have made you worried or upset. So that's just basically saying you're not going to really dwell on having to fix whatever your problem is today, right? Or whatever made you upset today. Today, you're going to give yourself that much needed self care and just let yourself feel whatever you feeling and go through the motions and all of that stuff today. And then that next day is when you're going to address whatever may have made you upset, what you want to do to fix the situation, if there is something that you can do, and how you're going to include your self care going forward. That's basically what that means. Oh, yes, Kendall. Chamomile tea. That is the truth. It really is, y'all. Yes, Matthew Wilson. I don't know how I was doing that. I used to literally work 2 jobs during the week, 1 job on the weekend, and go to school. Don't ask me how, because I really don't even know where I got the strength from that at. But I was doing it. So now, moving on along, we still kind of staying with bad days. We have tips for self-care on bad days. So it's allow yourself to feel, right? A lot of times people be like, you may feel kind of guilty about feeling a certain way, or be like, oh, I don't have time to feel this way because I got to do this or I got to do that. But that's the only way that we can kind of, process our feelings and be able to move through them, is just to allow ourselves to feel them. Of course, again, with having that person you can network with, or you have that type of relationship with, call someone you love. Make sure you hydrate. Remember to eat, because sometimes when not feeling too great or whatever, and you in one of your moods, you may not want to eat, or you may want to eat everything in sight. For me, it go up and down. Sometimes I don't want to eat nothing. Sometimes I'll go through the whole day without having anything, and at night I'll be like, why am I so hungry? And it's like, oh, because you never ate nothing today. That's why. So yes, remember to eat. Okay, sometimes if you really in a deep depression, you might have to remember to take a bath or a shower. Um, you know, watch shows that make you feel good, shows that you enjoy, movies that you enjoy, that type of stuff. Take part in a hobby if you can, something that that interests you. Exercise, okay, take a nap. Sometimes that's a good thing to do. That's also something I do, since I suffer with insomnia. I have now accepted that sometimes it's nap time for me, and when I feel the sleep coming on, I go with it if I can. Sometimes I'll get up even though I'm tired and just do everything that I have to do for the day, and I'll be like, all right, I could take a nap later. And when it do hit me, baby, I'll be going with it. All right. And the last thing they got on the list is snuggle with the animal. I'm assuming they mean like a cat or dog or something, child, because I don't know. We ain't gonna be snuggling with every single animal. And I know everybody don't mess with cats or dogs, but if that's your thing, then that would be an option for you too. So let's see. Yes, we do. We be out here doing our thing, pretty girl. Okay, Sheroes for real. HEA says school stresses me out. I try to pace myself when assignments are due, but I start to feel the pressure. Yeah, school can be very stressful. Shoot, I'm telling you, there's a lot of everyday things that studying for tests and trying to make sure you go on class to class. That's stressful too. That's a job within itself. Um, Kendall said, I always go to the gym or go on a run for a couple miles. Okay. Definitely. Yeah, whatever little things that help you. Miss Kira says tart cherry juice helps with minor sleep issues. Oh, really? I've never heard that one before. I will definitely add that to the list because I'm always, ready to try out new things and see if it can be a help. Because, child, that daggone not sleeping after a while, you'll get real irritable. I know one time I went almost 40 hours is the longest I think I've ever done. I've done 24 hours and I'll be ready to wring somebody's neck after not sleeping for a certain amount of time, child. Okay, you got to get that sleep. You definitely will turn into the Hulk. You be like, don't make me angry. I'm sleeping. Okay. So then we have 7 ways to practice self love after a bad day. And that is basically congratulate yourself. Okay. Encourage and so I'm sorry, engage in self-care, y'all. Acknowledge your feelings. That one is, again, we talked about that. um Take positive action, forgive yourself, practice gratitude, enjoy your life with things that you enjoy, right? So those are pretty simple. Congratulate yourself, engage in self care, acknowledge your feelings, take positive action, forgive yourself, practice gratitude, and enjoy your life with things that you enjoy. For me, that's mostly music, TV. That's when I get my relaxation at most of the time. I think that's why I be talking about TV shows and stuff like that up here, because that's been really where my relaxation place has been for, years. Even back in the days I used to make CDs for people and DVDs for people. My friend, she be calling me DJ Q. I used to make her, CDs all the time for her to play in her car. So yeah, it's like that's my happy space. And anything by water, like a beach, a pool, you give me anything by water, and that usually relaxes me. So of course nobody knows what relaxes you but you. So you got to make sure that, if you know those things, that's what you stick to try to get you through the bad days. So of course we have positive affirmations, okay, for when you're having a bad day. Y'all know I always got to end it off with some positive affirmations. These are a little different than the ones that we typically do. This is just, it's just a bad day. It will pass. I will be fine. Right? So we talked about that. This is just a bad day. Don't mean your whole life gonna be bad. And it will pass. It will be fine. I don't have to be perfect all the time. All right. Nobody is perfect. We not God. So we gotta let God be God, and we gotta be who we are. And then take small steps. Taking small steps, I should say, is also a progress. So sometimes we are worst, critics. We the hardest on our own selves. We feel like this is supposed to happen at this time and it didn't, and we'll get frustrated and aggravated and all of that different kind of stuff with ourselves. um or if it happens that it's like something small, we may be like, oh, well, that's not no big deal. I'm still not out the level that I was supposed to be at, and I didn't do it this way that I said I was going to do it. That's okay. We got to still be thankful for the small things, the middle things, in between things, big things, however it come, and whatever you're able to accomplish. Celebrate yourself, congratulate yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. It's still you on the road to wherever you're trying to get to. Doesn't matter whether it's small steps to get there or big steps to get there. Um, it takes strength to ask for help, right? And so I know I've talked about before that it's really a hard thing for me to ask for help. I don't like to ask people for help. If I do ask, that means I really, really need it. And it does take strength to ask for it. But if you do need help, ask. Yeah, all the person could do is say yes or no. And usually what person you can go to ask for help with what thing, right? Certain people you just not even going to mess with in that way if you can't. So that's basically, when it comes to that. And it's a bad day, not a bad life, y'all. Sometimes it's hard to hang in there, but we got to try to hang in there the best that we can. uh, Give me 1 minute, y'all. 1 minute. I will be right back. Sorry, y'all. I had to answer somebody back. You know what's so funny? It's not funny, but it is funny. Because I was so busy this week, I forgot that my dad called me a couple of days ago. I never answered him. I kept saying I'm gonna call him back, and you get caught up with things. It wasn't intentional, and I didn't call him back. And the next thing you know, I had the cavalry. Like my cousin was messaging me, my aunt was messaging me. I was getting text messages. I was getting messages on Facebook. I'm getting calls. I don't, I'm not happy that I made them worry, but it feels good to know that people was caring about me. They was like, what's going on? We ain't heard from her. Have you heard from her? Okay, if she don't answer, we gonna go up to that house and see what the heck is going on. So feels good to know that I'm loved, but I had to let them know that I am okay, and I really didn't do it on purpose. It's just that I've been that busy these last couple weeks, and yeah, that don't happen too often. And I'm usually the one that get on people when they do that, because I know we all sometimes need time for ourselves or we get busy. And I'm usually the ones that message my friends and be like, all right, I understand you busy, but let me know it's okay. Not too many times people have to do that to me. So I was like, sorry, I meant to call you, but it just kept slipping my mind. So yeah, Kendall, water, that's always relaxing to me. Even just listening to the rain is relaxing to me. Taking a bath is relaxing. Like I said, being on the beach, being in the pool, being in the hot tub, give me any of that, and I'm a-okay. Well, I'm glad you like the affirmations, Matthew. I always try to say some, every time we come up here. And I also do normally, like anything I talk about on the self-care, I also post up in the community tabs. I also post it up on my social media. Even the weeks that I don't do self-care, you'll still always see something about self-care tips and things of that nature, on my wall. So I try to always implement that because I'm trying to practice it for myself too. So I'm not just telling y'all about this. This is actual things that I'm working on a daily basis. So yeah, Kendall, I really don't like to ask you. If I ask you, then you be like, oh, dag, she really, really need it, because they already know that I never ask. So, but sometimes we do have to have that person that, you know, can be there if you do need anything. We can't, we not in this alone. We all in this together, and everybody needs somebody sometimes. So there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, guys, I think that's almost it. Like I really didn't have too much this week, and I didn't want to be up here too long. This is actually a part 2. We did part 1 last week. Unfortunately, when I went and watched the playback, I don't think that people could hear half the stuff I was saying. I was tempted to delete the whole video, but it's kind of frustrating. But hopefully they will be able to hear everything on this one. Of course, if you guys have not seen some of my, past self-care videos, you never know. It could be one out the bunch that may have be a help to you. You can watch them anytime. And I typically do the self-care videos either the first Saturday of the month. It depends on how it falls. Like if the first is going to be a Sunday or a Monday, then it could be the tail end of a month, or the first Saturday of the month that I do them. And sometimes if it hits me, then I do it more than once a month. It just depends on the time. But no matter what, it's always the first of the month. So okay, because Kendall, I don't know what happened when I was playing the playback. It was all chopped up. I was so mad. I was like, why the heck is it sounding like that? Like, what's going on here? So we gonna end it with this one, y'all. Life is tough, but so are you. Okay? Life is tough, but so are you. Sometimes you be amazed of the things that you could get through. You just gotta hold on and work your way through it. That's it. And sometimes it's not easy to do that. And every day is not gonna be a good day. You're gonna have plenty of days that you are not gonna be feeling like, being bothered and you just not okay today. And that's okay too. You ain't gotta be okay every day, and you ain't gotta explain to nobody, why you're not okay. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, y'all, just hang in there. And my hope is always that if today is not a good day, tomorrow is a better one. Long as we still, breathing, we still got a chance to keep going and keep making it through. I know sometimes it's very hard. I've been very open with y'all and told y'all these last couple weeks, couple months, child. Been a hot mess. There's been a lot going on. I'm on my end with my family. Sometimes, they've been sick. I've lost a lot of loved ones. I've been sick, all different kind of stuff. And it's not easy, but we just make it day by day by day by day. That is all we could do. Can't do no more, no less. So, hey, Rick James, thank you for coming through. Salute to you. I hope you having a happy Saturday. Thank you, Book Diva, for joining us. Thank you for doing these. Thank you for joining me. Trust me, I'm gonna always do these. These are very important to me to talk about these topics and to just try to share some positivity as much as we can, because, like I said, there's so much negative stuff that we gotta deal with every single day. So thank you, Sierra Kate. I'm trying to make sure I say your name right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Matthew, for joining me. I'm definitely happy to see the fellas join, because I know sometimes, some men may feel like they don't need self-care. They hear the word self-care and they feel like that's a woman's thing, but no, it's literally for all of us. If you, all of us human beings need it. Men, women, children, teen, I don't care. We all need it. So I definitely appreciate you guys joining. And yes, please, listen to Pretty Girl and like the video, y'all. Definitely appreciate it. If you are not following me on social media, you can follow me there. Like I said, I always put up self-care things up there, even when I don't get to do a video over here. And of course, please like, comment, share the video if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend if you are so inclined. I definitely do, appreciate you all for joining me today. If you watch this on the replay, let me know, replay game, that you came through, some of the things that you do to help you through tough times, bad days, what you do for your self-care, maybe a positive affirmation that you like, And I'm gonna be back at 5:45, y'all. Usually I was doing these back to back, but now I gotta kind of space it out because my leg is bothering me, so I gotta kind of, have a break in between. But I'll be back at 5:45 to talk about what you should be watching for the month, of August. This is kind of like a part two for that as well, because I did talk about some things last week that was coming out for the week. I told y'all about some of the things that I was currently watching. So now we're gonna just talk about the rest of the things that are coming to theaters and streaming services, in the movie theaters, whatever, for August. And maybe some things that y'all might be interested in. If y'all free, then come on back. If you can't catch the live, then you can always watch the replay. And what did I do this week? I also did The Shy. I got a review up for that. my love during lockup, my sisters, my All the Queens men, me, EJ, and Moochie did our Thursday night movie, which was Deadly Entanglement. If y'all didn't get to see that, check that out. And I think that's it. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a happy Saturday. Many, many, many blessings to you all. And again, if today is not a good day, that is okay. I hope tomorrow is a better one. Y'all go ahead, relax, relate, release. Remember to breathe. That's it. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for coming through.